Firstly, I shall be telling you what exactly the communication is. Communication is not just speaking English. Communication is what you convey with your words, what you convey with your body language, what you convey with your body without telling and speaking anything. How you give your stresses and pauses, which is the particular sentence or the word you stress, where you give a pause, how do you regulate your speaking. All that is in communication. We will be talking about it. Then we will see some common ways to communicate. How do we communicate with everybody? And communication is not only sitting in the class, learning something from teacher, or sitting at home, some sermon being given your parents, or sitting in an interview and something happening with the interviewing officer. You have to start your communication right from the day you were born. How did you communicate that day? Did you know some language? Did you know some gesture? Nothing was known, isn't it? But yet you communicated. And before I go further, remember here, I showed you a communication model of mind. How many of you remember that communication model of mind?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is also okay. Then we'll see what is the effective communication. I mean, how do you effectively communicate? If you have to speak in front of an interviewing officer, how exactly should be? What are the points you should be keeping in your mind to ensure that you tell him what exactly you have to tell him? Because you may be having a lot of capability, but if you are not able to convey it, what is the point in having a capability? How will the interviewing officer know that yes, you know what he is asking, or whatever reaction he is expecting from you, you are not giving him? So that is the effective communication. This way we will be talking about that. Then we will also say what are the components of communication. And then we will say, if it was so easy to have an effective communication, where is the problem? I can cut all those 6 points and make sure those points are there. So, but why there are barriers? We'll talk about that also. Then we'll see what is the verbal and the non-verbal communication, which you will be requiring in front of the interviewing officer. Or even otherwise also, in case you have to do something else in life, you have to pataw your grandfather to get an ice cream, or you pataw your father to get a cycle. What kind of a communication you should be using? And finally, how do you improve? So these are basically more academic stuff, but do not think that this is academic and I'm just making you read some points. It's not a question of reading points. Okay. And in the end, I will tell you how exactly should you be behaving in an interview. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.